Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, because it is time for the cultivator himself. Y'all already know it is Cultivate with Kai back with another video here to cultivate clarity on all things unadulterated, unfiltered, and uncensored. Yeah. Y'all already know. It's me. It's me once again. Hey, hello, it's me. What Taylor Swift said, I'm the drama, it's me. But yeah, it's your brother. It's your boy, Cultivate with Kai. Back with another video. I'm gonna do this quickly and briefly. Not gonna be here too long. We got a few topics to discuss. You already know the Trump deploying. Is he deploying the National Guard and Chiraq? We also have the singer D4VD. Was a dead, deceased body found in the hood of his car. We also have to unpack that. We also have to unpack the whole Charlie Kirk getting shot and assassinated. That whole situation. We also have the Tyler Perry being exposed situation. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. Quite lengthy. Quite complex. So we gotta unpack it. We gotta unpack it today, right now, and tonight. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We gonna start it off with, I like to start it off with a little dance show, make it lighthearted, get people moving in their body, for the people that's, trapped in their body, in their spirit body. We gonna start it off with a little bit of dance, and then we're gonna give love to the people that's just joined us. Hey, beautiful boo. Shami. Hey, Ellie. How you doing? Hey, my sassy girl, she just became a new member to the Kahuna community, where we got big kahunas. Y'all already know. Remy Nas. Hey, you. How are you? Excuse me for being a little bit late. That's an understatement. I know, y'all. I could be real with myself. I'm sorry. I got a little busy. But Lord, the brighter side is that I'm here, right? Amen. Shout out to Lady B and all the mods that be working overtime. I love y'all. Indeed. So while y'all get comfortable, y'all take your shoes off. Y'all like this video, do what it do for your boy. And I'm gonna get it started up in here. I'm gonna get it started.
Percolator.
What?
It's time for the percolator.
It's time for the cultivator.
It's time for the percolator. 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 Percolator.
It's time for. Let me put on regular. That sounds too fast for me. But wait a minute, this reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob. Man.
It's time for the percolator. Percolator. It's time for the percolator.
It's time for It's time for the cultivator. It's time for the cultivator. It's time for the cultivator. Man, courtesy of my good girl Illy Ill. Shout out to Illy Ill. Hey, TBH. Shout out to you. Take it by her. Shout out to you, my love. Beautiful bullshit. My good girl Mars. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for doing what you did earlier today. Shout out to Shadi Shame and all of my members and my supporters and my detesters. Because that's all right. That's all right. Because you motivate me. The haters is my motivators. Y'all already know we cultivate clarity. Shout out to me. Shout out to y'all. And shout out. So without further ado, let's get to the meat and potatoes of today's show. And I think we should start off with the whole, where do I want to start off with? It is so much to get into. I know, have y'all heard about some of these topics that I have in my title? I know many people are covering it, the whole Charlie Kirk. I know that's been circulating, the whole conservative individual who got caught up saying a lot of controversial things about black people. He got a lot of flack for what he supports. And we also have Tyler Perry being exposed by a former staff member. Derek Dixon, I believe that's his name. And he's spilling the beans. He's telling it all. He's not sugarcoating shit. We also have that to get into. So I think let's get into that first. Let's get to that. Let's unpack his story. Let's get into that first. And mind you, we gotta keep in mind. Remember, what's his name? What's that brother name? Christian Keys. Remember, he came out and said some similar shit about getting a car for an apology and all this shit. And man, what happened to Christian Keys? I don't know. Some people say he got that hush money. I don't know what he got because I don't count other niggas' pockets. But all these accusers standing up, man. Man, listen.
Sharing allegations of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million Perry accuser.
266 million, I believe. Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to our ABC News exclusive. Tyler Perry accuser Derek Dixon.
So it's an exclusive. Y'all get ready, get your popcorn ready. Pop you some popcorn because it is time to cultivate clarity. Let's get it. Let's go.
And sits down in a TV interview for the first time, sharing allegations of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million lawsuit against the media mogul. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies. But Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop himself. What made you decide to come forward with your story?
Good question.
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Derek Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's.
Lord, do you see that spray on the headline? My goodness.
Detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's when you push me up against the wall and grab my ass again.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval.
Why are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember? You're not in it. Did you get shot at? No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025. Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now.
So less than 2 years of knowing this man, he got a role on one of Tyler Perry's movies.
I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
A few of them were.
I love how they updated with the new age lingo. Give you pause. The fuck is a give you pause? Man, can we use English language Can we use dictionary terminology? But I love the new age lingo. But this is just, Lord, the media is just failing us in this day and age. He up here saying ass on national TV when he could have used the word buttocks. She's up here talking about some give you pause. Next thing you know, she gonna ask him when did he get the ick. There's just a lot going on. But I think for people in the back who don't know what give you pause means is questionable behavior that may cause you to stop in your tracks or to say that's questionable. Hence the pause.
They did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation in the beginning. Yeah.
According to your lawsuit, at one point early on, he bought you a car.
Yeah, he'd seen my Jeep around the studio that I was driving, and he said, you know, that's not a great.
Look, excuse me, let me not do it. I'm not gonna put nothing on nobody. But watch the neck. Let me run it back. But back to what I was gonna say. You don't never take gifts from an see, Lord, this is you man. You didn't hear what 50 Cent said when Diddy tried to take him on a shopping spree, on a late night crate. You don't do stuff like that, especially from a man. And I don't know what's his sexuality, and I don't care to know, but I don't know what he's claiming to be. But it's just a thin line. You don't accept gifts from your boss. Let's put it like that. More or less than someone you don't consider or want to be a significant other.
And the studio that I was driving, and he said, you know, that's not a great car.
Tyler Perry is an actor, producer, director, playwright, and prominent name in the entertainment space. He launched his career in the 1990s.
If you need to make video content but don't want to rely on 1,000 other people, then check out Riverside. First up, you can record people without getting anxiety-induced IBS.
They saved the drama for your llama.
His 2005 breakthrough film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, debuted at #1 in the box office and was a massive success. To date, he's created 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books. In 2021, his prolific career earned him a spot in the exclusive Billionaires Club. His media empire includes his own production company, Tyler Perry Studios, based in Atlanta, one of the largest film studios in the country.
I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody at their humanity.
As his career has flourished, he's also made a name for himself in the philanthropic space. So in early 2020, you land the role of Dale on The Oval. Was that a dream job?
It was, yeah. It was. To be a series regular on a show was something I always dreamed about.
The complaint?
Look. I'm noticing body language. He was trying to reel himself in. He got excited for a minute. He said it was all good in the beginning, but motherfucker, you didn't adhere to my demands.
Includes multiple screen.
That's just what I'm picking up. This is what I'm getting from the body language and from the story that's being told.
Shots of text messages allegedly between Dixon and Perry.
And Tyler up there posing by the jet ski. I can't. Lord. It says, okay, Tyler Perry is on the left side, obviously. Derek Dixon is on the right side. He says, nice picture. 2 exclamation points. Yeah, the water does look calm. Nice picture. 4 question marks. Great, amazing, awesome picture. With 3 exclamation marks. You don't see that stud in that quote, nice picture. Rude. In all caps. Man, I'm weak. Derek says, laugh out loud. Yes, that's a stud.
Picture where he's on the jet ski. Well, I said, nice picture. And he said, yeah, the water looks calm. And he said, nice picture. You don't see that stud in that picture? Rude. And I said, LOL, yes, that's a stud. in all these texts, I tried to de-escalate them and make a joke out of them.
Some of the messages more
Why he trying to act like a victim and you grown as shit? Hold on, wait a minute. How old is this individual? I hate people who be acting like victims. What? It says he was born around 1982. Getting too old for this, brother Derek.
sexual in nature.
One of them says,
I will hope that you will let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get paid. Oh, and first off, y'all, rewind. We got to give a shout out and moment of silence to the individuals who were impacted by 9/11. Let's get a quick moment of silence for them. Prayers go out to all of the individuals who are affected by 9/11. Today is 9/11. Shout out to everyone affected by 9/11. It was just horrible day in history. And I'm not gonna conspiracy theorize y'all, but Lord knows there was something going on. Lord knows. I think the powers that be had something to do with. I do. I really do. I truly do. But let's get back to it.
what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler.
The comments in the blue is Derek. Comments in the gray is Tyler.
And hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January
that you would take for you to have guiltless.
Some of the messages more sexual in nature.
One of them says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Mm-hmm. Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes, we were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving. And his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed in.
I don't care what nobody say. That's unprofessional. As a boss relationship, boss employee, staff, personnel relationship, like that's unprofessional. You should not be getting drunk with your boss to the point where you have to sleep in his guest house. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And I know this is Hollywood going to Hollywood. I'm on the blade, I'm on the thing, we're going to Hollywood. I know this is Hollywood, but no, it's unprofessional. It's unprofessional.
Bed with me as well, and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked, and then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets shot in the chest 4 times.
Do not pay your next car insurance bill. Repeat, do not pay your bill yet.
Why was that especially concerning for you? Dale gets shot in the chest 4 times. Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on the show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just killing one of us off.
You're also...
Well, you already know nothing is legitimate with these roles. That's my thing. You thought it was gonna be some type of nepotism, or whoever. Tyler thought that, and you played into it. You must have believed it at one point in time, because it seems like you were willing at one point in time until something stopped, till you were no longer being adhered to.
Screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your lawsuit where you're...
What's her name? You talking about Bam and them? You talking about and Hattie and them? You talking about, what's that lady name that play in House of Pain? I'm gonna find it. Hold on, but I know what you're talking about.
Again, at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. We started out having drinks in the living room like we, have done before, and it got to a point in the night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk, and
Cassie Davis.
I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've
talking about Cassie Davis, beautiful Boosh. Hey, Lene, how you doing, my love? What's going on with your pretty eyes? So good to see y'all beautiful faces. Y'all know I love y'all down. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all like on your way in.
Stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass, and I, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up, and he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay. Just go with it. And I said, stop, I don't want to be naked. I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you. And just continued. And in that moment,
wow,
unless someone's been through something where they have their control.
Wow, Tyler, is this true? You forcing, you taking dick-a-link? Taking the dick-a-link? You taking the dick-a-link from these niggas? What?
Control over their bodies taken away. You don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says he de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times, and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up, and that's when he said, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, I said stop. I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot, Losing It?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Where I grew up, I see children suffering from poverty. I've seen the impact it has on kids.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
In your response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representative said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS Tyler Perry Studios about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did. I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else, another actor, or in the future.
What kind of a toll would you say that this has all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to a point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job. I'll be fired or killed off the show. It took a huge toll on my anxiety and depression.
You're asking in your lawsuit for damages totaling $260 million. How did you arrive at that number?
Part of that number is my lost job, my lost income, the loss of the show.
What?
The other part of that is a deterrent.
Wait a minute, these shows are not legit. They're not guaranteed. The fuck is, man?
For, how do you stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves from doing this?
How difficult has it been to tell your truth?
It's been hard. It's a vulnerable thing to talk about. I think for anybody. There's a lot of shame, I think, around it.
They say they got that
Just
money.
trying to think what you could have done better, and having to deal with the judgment of what, everyone might think of how you could have handled it better without being in that situation.
Perry has not yet responded in court filings. In a statement to ABC News, his lawyer called Dixon a, quote, individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, and that Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
If you were to talk to Tyler Perry right now, what would you say?
I would say, I hope that you take accountability for what happened, and I hope that this has taught you not to treat your employees this way, and to never use someone's dream to coerce them into a relationship that's not professional.
But you allow.
What would justice look like for you?
Justice would look like thinking that I've made a change and that something like this won't happen to another actor that works for him or another actor in the industry. That would be justice for me.
Our thanks to Derek Dixon for the conversation.
I haven't been to the grocery store in months because this delivery service offers hundreds of high-quality, non-GMO groceries.
Listen here. That man, I don't want to jump to any conclusions because we don't know what transpired truly. Lord, I'm weak. I am weak. Not delete that comment. Lord, they better not change nothing, turn nothing. What's up, Ross? Salute to you. But that man, listen, it happens all the time. Tyler Perry has the best of the best lawyers. Let's see if that man has enough bread to keep up. Does he really have enough bread to keep up? Into this, y'all. Let's get into this. This threw me for a loop. See, and this is some Hollywood. Hollywood, went to Hollywood. Hollywood is Hollywood. Y'all know it get down in Hollywood. Now this man, his name is David. Now he made that romantic homicide, not romantic. It's one song. I'm sure. Have y'all heard this song before? I'm only gonna play a snippet of it because we ain't got time to get demonetized. No, we do not.
Which has Texas plates is registered to the singer David.
Hold
on. The car, which has Texas.
It's called "Here With Me." I don't care what you do. It's called "Here With Me." Have y'all ever heard that song? But Tyler, you getting caught up, Tyler. Tyler, you couldn't caught up. And listen, it's time for Tyler to get caught up. Only a matter of time. But that's his burden to bear, not mine. So yeah. But this the song right here.
Cause that's what both getting up can't describe. I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm with you, I've got a smile on my face.
Yeah, yeah. You ever heard that song? I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm with you, I got a smile up on my face. Yeah, yeah. But y'all, let me give y'all the scoop. Da-da-doo. This nigga had I don't know if he put the body in there. That's the thing. I ain't gonna throw that on him. But the vehicle that was registered to him had a body in it. It was a body in the vehicle. He said, "Ooh, he's sidle." Man, listen. You know these new age songs. You know these new age kids be goddamn halfway emo and shit. Hell, don't come on now. Hey, Judge Shady, how you doing, my love? Good to see you in the building. But as details arise surrounding this whole situation,
We get with that breaking news.
Let's first listen to the whole news coverage on the whole situation because it is still a developing story. So we have to tread lightly with it. We just reviewing some things. So we just reviewing some things. So shout out to y'all. We cultivating clarity. Y'all know what we doing. Like, comment, and subscribe. We ain't doing the mess situation today. We are reviewing just social issues, if you will. I like to call it social studies, if you will.
News details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate.
Y'all know that Hollywood, that go Hollywood, how going Hollywood. These celebs be doing sacrifices with chicken bones and shit. All that stuff.
Immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas, to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a couple of days now. They say the body had been placed inside a...
Now listen. Now, do we want to give this man the benefit of the doubt? This is his vehicle. The car is registered to him. Now, it's all up with the dates, aligning the dates when this whole vehicle was impounded, how long the body was in there, and all that good stuff. Now, this is a lot. My heart goes out to the family of the woman who was in the vehicle and deceased. This is just some crazy shiznai. but it looking like a sacrifice. It's looking like a sacrifice.
Bag. We've reached out to David's representatives and are still waiting for a response. We begin with that breaking news. Details after a body was.
Look at him. Look, he doing that symbology stuff too with the hand, with the blood. This is him. Look, this is him. Man. Man, listen. Man.
Residents of this West Hollywood Bird Streets neighborhood are realizing tonight they've been unknowingly walking past a dead body for some time now. When this Tesla arrived at a Hollywood tow yard Monday morning, workers say the car was emitting a foul smell, and it wasn't long before the decomposing body of a woman was discovered in the front trunk. It was the same smell these residents and their dogs have been smelling for more than a week now.
He took a very big interest in sniffing all of it. I'm just remembering something. I mean, this is going to sound horrible. So we would walk by the hedges, and I'm like, the hedges always smell like something decomposing. And there's a lot of rats around in here, but there was always a smell. There was always a smell.
This man, who lives about 50 yards from where the car was parked, didn't smell anything, but says he did notice something seemed off.
The only thing odd was an out of a state license plate, and it was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from here.
The car
is upsetting.
Residents of this west.
And listen here, I'm telling you, they be putting messages in this music and stuff, y'all. It's just getting spooky out here, real spooky in this motherfucker. Let's read it. Cultivators. It says the fans are now deciphering the lyrics of David's most popular romantic homicide after dismembered body of a woman was found in a total Tesla he was the last known owner of. The record was released in 2022. In the song he sings, "In the Back of My Mind, I caved you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you," unquote. The car had a Texas license plate, but was abandoned in a Hollywood Hills neighborhood for over a week. When the car was towed, employees noticed a foul smell coming from it. After an inspection, they found out there were human remains in the front trunk. The Los Angeles Medical Examiner's Office says the remains are that of a woman who had black wavy hair and was about 5'2" in height. Examiners are still working on confirming the identity of the woman as her body parts were dismembered. David is on tour, but is said to be fully cooperating with the police. And I wonder was her body reported missing? Yes, she do, Ross. Yes, she do. Yeah. 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 This is just that sacrificial stuff. Like, come on now. This is
upsetting.
Residents of this.
Then it says in the back of man. I tell you what. Right. This is how I'm looking right now. What? I'm wild. I'm in a wild moment. I'm perplexed. Now we gonna get into this Trump situation nation. Now, I know many of you have heard Trump wants to deploy the National Guard to Chiraq. Now, I don't know if he's doing it yet. He hasn't as of yet. According to the Block Club Chicago and many other articles, they're saying that he's pulling back from doing it since a lot of citizens and the mayor of Chicago is pushing back on this deployment because he's trying to do a immigrant sweep in Chicago. But I think it's going to cause more crime and cause more hoopla than it's going to settle any crime and get rid of any immigrants. It's just, I truly think he's trying to incite a race war, truly a war. I really do, in my heart of hearts. I really do think that. Just like what's his name? Charlie, what's his name? Charlie Kirk was trying to incite a race war. I think that Trump is trying to do that. And it's blatant at this moment in time. Let me get into this article. No, they not. No, they not. They're not having it at all in there. You hear me? Let's read a little bit. It says, no National Guard of Chicago after all. Trump appears to sour on plan. Despite Trump apparently changing his tune on sending National Guard troops to Chicago, federal immigration agents are in the city as part of Operation Midway Blitz. It says Chicago. Protesters marching along Michigan Avenue during the protests against immigration raids in Chicago on Saturday, September 6, 2025. That's what's up. Chicago. President Donald Trump appears to be backing off his plan to send National Guard troops to Chicago after weeks of threatening to do so over the objections of local leaders. Trump has publicly flirted in recent weeks with the idea of deploying the National Guard to Chicago, just describing the city as dangerous. Quote, hellhole. Despite data showing Chicago is leading a national downward trend in violent crime, but no troops have arrived. Though the city is experiencing a surge of federal immigration agents as part of Operation Midway Blitz, and Trump backed off his threats of military incursion in Chicago as he talked to reporters Tuesday night at a Washington, D.C. steakhouse, where he was heckled by protesters. We're going to be announcing another city that we're going to go into very shortly. Working it out, quote, excuse me. We're going to be announcing another city that we're going to very shortly. Working it out with the governor of a certain state who would love us to be there, and the mayor of a certain city in the same state that would love us to be there, Trump said, according to the Tribune. During a Fox News segment Tuesday, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi also said Chicago likely wouldn't see a military intervention. Quote, they are a progressive city, and they don't want the president's help. That's on them, unquote. Bondi said, according to Politico, quote, Chicago should be begging Donald Trump for help to keep Chicago safe, yet they aren't. So we're going to a city who wants us there, unquote. This picture depicts Governor J.B. Pritzker outside the National Museum of Mexican Art, 1852 West 19th Street on September 9, 2025. Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor Pritzker and other officials have repeatedly denounced Trump's National Guard deployment plan, saying it would be unconstitutional and an abuse of federal power. Quote, Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. You are neither wanted here nor needed here, Pritzker said at a press conference in late August, flanked by Johnson, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul and other state and city leaders. At a press conference Tuesday in Pilsen, Pritzker accused the Trump administration of using the latest rise in immigration enforcement as a pretense to bring in the National Guard. Yup. We're frankly standing up, quote, we're frankly standing up and speaking out, ready to take them to court, to do everything that we can to protect the people who live here from what Donald Trump is trying to do, Pritzker said. I know that's right. Trump has been fixated on Chicago for weeks, and on Saturday he posted an AI-generated image on his True Social feed that referenced the 1979 film Apocalypse Now, with the message, quote, Chicago, about to find out why it's called the Department of War, unquote. As part of Operation Midway Blitz, about 200 U.S. immigration and customs enforcement agents with access to 100 vehicles are being sent to Chicago, Pritzker said Tuesday. Federal agents are targeting undocumented people in the city and throughout Illinois. According to a Department of Homeland Security press release, the operation prompted Chicagoans to protest Tuesday night downtown. Hundreds joined the rally and march organized by the Coalition Against Trump and the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. What's your thoughts, y'all? What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts down in the comments? Hold on, I'm gonna make my way over there. I'll go over there in a minute. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Right, Ross. It is blatant. They using the act. It's like slave patrols all over again, if you ask me. Chicago ain't playing. Look what this man had to say. They not playing. Look.
I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles, nigga. We are not Washington, D.C., nigga. This is Chicago, nigga. The niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the
i.e. it's gonna be a bloodbath.
National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang. Trump do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang.
This picture. Man, listen. Wait a minute. Where that other one I seen it?
Guys, I'm on the ground at the Federal Plaza where you can see workers setting up this barricade here.
They keep doing it. He keep threatening to come to inner city first. To come to the inner city, i.e. mostly urban, populated, mostly black populated areas. And black and brown areas.
Of these demonstrations that are expected in front of the Federal Plaza here in Chicago. Guys, I'm going to keep you updated as this unfolds.
Well, I guess the forecast, Chicago calls for snow. That's an awful lot of salt trucks. That's an awful lot of... I don't see this many salt trucks when it fucking snows. Blocking off Grant Park for the taste. Or something.
This would be a great visual.
Trump do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. This is Chicago. Go fight back. I'm telling you, go fight back, gang. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young switches, gang. They not going for that, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
Yeah, Trump talking about something. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. You about to find out why it's called direct. Goofy ass. We ain't scared of this shit.
Quiet part out loud.
Yo, it's wild. The culture and what's happening in these cities, like.
Oh Lord, did we freeze? Oh shit. Wait up, whoa, whoa. I said, whoa. Wait a minute, wait up. Why my shit free? Why we free?
Guys, I'm on the ground at the Federal Plaza.
Until we get to the part where we were at. What are y'all thoughts, y'all? You think so, Mel? I'm gonna drop the link. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. You know I'm down. I love me a good debate. I love me a good debate. What you talking about in the near future? What you talking about? What you talking about, man? Oh, I think this one you was around this part.
That's an awful lot of. I don't see this many salt trucks when it fucking snows. Blocking off Grant Park for the taste. Or something.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C.
Stopping by.
This is Chicago. Go fight back. I'm telling you, go fight back, gang. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young switches, gang. They not going for that, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
Man, Trump talking about something. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. You about to find out why it's called Chiraq. Goofy ass. We ain't scared of this shit.
Quiet part out loud.
Yo, it's wild. The culture and what's happening in these cities like Chicago is worse than we previously thought. There are people that are online that are basically warning Trump about the National Guard and or the military actually appearing in the city of Chicago. And they think that the young bulls over there or the gangsters and all of that. And I seen this one lady, maybe I'll do a separate review video to it. I seen this one older lady.
Yeah, because they got equipment. They're going to be equipped to protect themselves. All they got to do is mace and pepper spray their ass. Listen, all I know is it's gonna be a bloodbath. They fighting back because they're not gonna. People in inner cities are very territorial. Let's put it like that.
And she was saying that the Crips and the Bloods is coming together in order to, fight against ICE.
Well,
and I'm not really sure if y'all understand what y'all saying. Number one, you cannot make a threat on the president of the United States of America. I'm not sure where y'all been at and how y'all think that this is going to fly in any shape, capacity, way, or form. But that is not the wave, bro. You don't want to even be online feeling comfortable, even if it's not a direct threat, an indirect threat, anything that can be taken as a threat. That's not what you want to do.
Guys, I'm on the ground at the Federal Plaza.
Man, he telling the truth. He is telling the truth. He telling the truth. Now, I'm sure plenty of y'all have heard of this individual. Hold on, wait a minute. We got one more video.
Hey, man, those of y'all in Chicago and other cities that are telling Trump not to send the National Guard there because the YNs are going to scare away the U.S. military, y'all are out of y'all minds. I don't think y'all understand. We have the strongest military in the world. The YNs and gangs in your city have nothing on the U.S. military. I just seen a post dude was like, yeah, don't come to Chicago. Y'all don't understand how dangerous it is. This ain't D.C. Clearly, you never been to D.C. I don't know why y'all think D.C. is sweet. And y'all see how they cleaned it up quickly. They'll do the same with Chicago. Did you see the Venezuelans that tried to smuggle some drugs in here on the boat a couple days ago? And they got blown up? What you think is going to happen on American soil? And go ahead and think you're going to attack one of these National Guardsmen. Go ahead, see what happens. If you survive, that's a big if. You'll never see the light of day again. And keep the threats up. I don't know why y'all think that's going to make Trump be like, oh yeah, the YNs of Chicago said don't show up. So yeah, we're not going to go there.
Right, bro.
See what happens. I hope this happens. Hey man, those of y'all in Chicago and other cities that are telling Trump not to send the National Guard there because the YNs are going to scare away the U.S. military. Y'all are out of y'all minds. I don't think y'all understand. We have the strongest military in the world. The YNs and gangs in your city have nothing on the U.S. military. I just seen a post dude was like, yeah, don't come to Chicago. Y'all don't understand how dangerous it is. This ain't D.C. Clearly, you never been to D.C. I don't know why y'all think D.C. is sweet, and y'all see how they cleaned it up quickly. They'll do the same with Chicago. Did you see the Venezuelans that tried to smuggle some drugs in here on the boat a couple days ago? And they got blown up? What you think is going to happen on the...
I was going to say, Soraya, I'm going to need you to get you some BC powder, baby. I need to get you some BC powder. I need to get some BC powder. Now, listen. Now, just to give you a little backstory on who Charlie Kirk is. Charlie Kirk, he started a conservative group. He was backed by Trump. He didn't work in the government. He worked outside of the government. He was just an activist. Let's see, who is Charlie Kirk? He says some unsavory things about Black people numerous times. And I would just say, personally, just doing my own research, all I would have to say, he was an advocate of the Second Amendment, which I am as well, but the way he went about it, the insults that he rendered to specific populations of people is the reason why he doesn't get remorse from different populations of people. And maybe he doesn't need that. Maybe his family doesn't need that. But I would say, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. I'm gonna put it like that. Some people say he took the bullet for the team, you know. But I'm truly gonna say, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Truly. Yeah. But I think we're gonna slow walk that. I'm waiting on Mel to come on up because we're gonna talk about this whole National Guard situation. Yeah. With that BC powder. See, everybody different, and everybody different. But quickly, before my good girl Mel come on up, I'm gonna drop this link. And I don't appreciate people posting my good girl Lady Bridges images. There was no reason for them to do that. They acted this bitch ignorant. Know who she know who she is. It's crashing out and shortening out. She shouldn't be doing that shit. And trust and believe, it has been reported to the local authorities and to the YouTube authorities. Per Bridget. It's just fucked up what these people on YouTube do. It's crazy. They think they can weaponize images and shit that other people post. Like, man. But I caught Manifest live last night. I think it was amazing. Not last night. Tonight. I think it was amazing. She is amazing. She's doing a big one. Oh shit, we got a special guest. Hey Melly man, how you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, my fault. My device going a little bit slow. I switched my I had to plug my mic in and stuff. What's going on? What's popping, Kyle? What's going, Cultivators? How y'all doing?
We good. Now me chilling like a villain over here. Good to hear your voice, Well.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me up. But yeah, just to chime in a little bit with this whole situation. Now, of course, we already know Trump is, he way past, he way past the point of like, let's just be rational about this. But as far as like, at least for me, as far as Chicago goes, because then you know what I'm saying, I like a lot of music and rap and things like that, and I see like the drill rappers, and I see like especially these young people, these young rappers and stuff. They're doing a lot of like just OD crimes online. Like they going Facebook Live, they doing IG Live. You know what I mean? Just OD committing crimes online. I don't know. Sometimes, and again, the whole spirit of being accountable, we have to a certain degree. To a certain degree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I agree 100% with what Trump is doing, with the rash decisions and things like that. Because I do believe that to a certain extent, it is like declaring war on Chicago. However, in my opinion, and it's just my humble opinion, a lot of the Chicago residents, especially the drill rappers, the gangsters, the gang members, and things like that, they bringing this on themselves. Y'all are posting this stuff, going live, offing each other, committing all these crimes and things like that, rapping about it. One person go, now we got to retaliate, go to their mama house. We got to go and get their family. We got to go get their friends. It's just like a back and forth type thing. And it's like, not to be funny, some of those citizens in Chicago, I'm pretty sure, are scared of like the other citizens of Chicago. Not so much Trump, but that's just my opinion. And again, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like everything he does is right and correct and things like that. I just mean as far as cleaning up the crime in Chicago, because we actually experienced that over here in Long Island. That MS-13 gang and all of that, they were from like Venezuela and from like Central America and stuff. They really came over and tried to like take over Long Island. And Trump like cleaned them up and like got them up out of there. Yeah, they was over there that they was kidnapping like girls from high schools and stuff, trying to put them in trafficking and all that type of stuff. Like it was really bad on Long Island. So it's like I can understand how, I can understand his perspective of wanting to go in there and clean that up. But again, Trump is what 80 years old, 70 years old, like you know what I'm saying? Like we already know what era he comes from. So don't give him anything to feed off of, because the mess y'all doing in Chicago with these young people online, going live, drilling and all that, and drill rapping and all that. Don't do that, because he's coming.
I agree. And I think that it's a misdirective of their emotions and their anger. I think this is why they're doing what they're doing. But I think they need education. And half of them are so, some of them are so gone over you. They real so gone. And the only way that could help them is, get going in that penitentiary. Sometimes it can help them, sometimes it can break them. But I think that not doing it in a way of inciting, of trying to terrorize individuals in their home. In the inner city, a lot of people are very territorial. I think that you deploying National Guards, that's the wrong way. Why don't we deploy a better education system? Why don't we deploy better financial aid to these dang community centers and make them and add gyms in these motherfucking community centers?
Absolutely.
These community centers are just underfunded, dilapidated, and all that good stuff.
And/or non-existent. A lot of budget cuts, especially in New York City. We actually just had like a situation downtown Brooklyn by the Barclays Center. Like a group of teens, and I mean like a mass group of teenagers, kind of like tried to, because they're like banning them from being in the mall and things like that, like after school and things like that.
I heard that.
Yeah, they were congregating in the malls, just to keep, get themselves out of trouble. But then it's like when older people or people see groups of teenagers, they get a little alarmed and things like that. So now they started revamping the malls, banning them during certain times, even like local McDonald's and things like that. They can't come if you're under 18. You can't come in without a parent past, before a certain time and things like that. But it's like, what is the alternative? You know, sometimes these places, these malls and stores and stuff like that are for the kids to stay out of trouble. And don't get me wrong, then you have some bad apples in a bunch that spoiled it for the rest, that act up, terrorize, vandalize, and steal, or, you know, just act up and things like that. So it makes it bad for the others. So it's like, what is the solution? And not to be funny or nothing, just, you know, going back to my point, not to be funny. And I totally understand what you're saying, like, as far as, you know, giving them other opportunities or presenting different programs and things like that, or alternatives. But again, these are not Trump's people. Like young black urban inner city youth and inner city and low income families, that's not Trump people. He's not looking out for them. So we have to look out for each other. We have to, I mean, at least in my opinion, we have to go back to the days of, I mean, not to be funny, like, why don't these gangs do what the Black Panthers did? Set up programs for these kids. Set up things like that. Instead of having them drill and all that, nah, come learn martial arts. Come learn computer programs. Come learn, you know, math tutoring, something like that. Why aren't they doing things like that? Like, we gotta, and again, like I said, I'm not saying there's one perfect route or a perfect answer to it. I'm just saying we have to look at it from both sides. Why is Trump even having the opportunity to come to Chicago and run down on it like that? Because we know what we see in the news. We just saw that
this article said he's using the immigration as a president
as a reason.
That could be half of the reason, then half of the reason, and just like the article said, it says crime has been down. It has been down, and rates have been down in crime. So it's like, come on, then you got to take. You are correct. It is a crime. We have these different gangs going around, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But that's, I feel like, an inner city problem. But I feel like as in compared to the riots that was happening in yesteryear, it's not that crime filled. Like, we don't have crime bills like we had in 1994, when they had the Bill Clinton crime bill and stuff like that. It just seems to me that Trump is just doing things, trying to force his hand in the way he feels is best possible, but it's really not. It starts with in the homes. Charity starts at home. Personally, I feel like that.
That part.
These parents need to take a hold of their children and to lead them in the right way, and to let them know that they are enough, and they need to stop taking their anger out on different people in their community and using these switches. Because just like I said, what the Bible say, Melly Mel, you live by your sword, you die by your sword. You live by that motherfucking switch, you're gonna have to die by that switch, boy.
That part. And what is it? Something spare the rod, spare the child, or something to that effect. Spoil a child, like it has to go back to that. But again, a lot of these homes are single parents. You know, one parent's working 2-3 jobs, so the kids are just roaming the streets, you know, by themselves. A lot of their fathers are incarcerated, or maybe one parent, it could be the mothers too, could be incarcerated. And again, like, not to be funny again, like when he deployed them out in California, we already know that was an immigration issue. And then he cleaned up Long Island with the MS-13. Like I said, that was like a predominantly like Venezuelan, like those gangs were from Central America. Those were all undocumented immigrants. So that was the leeway and the crack in the door that he needed just to get in to start all of this. And again, like I said, Chicago residents, or at least the young ones, at least the gang members, the violent ones, they don't help. You really have some old ladies or senior citizens, or even some Chicago citizens, that are scared of their own residents. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're scared of their own people in their own neighborhoods. Don't go past a certain block. Don't go past a certain corner. You end up in a different territory, and now the ops is on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I just really feel like it need to go back to like us looking out for one another.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these inner cities, especially low income families and areas and things like that, are mostly Democrats. And I mean, how many of them vote? We got to get to that. It got to go back to legislation. It got to go back to voting in your local city councils and your district councils and things like that. What parents go to school board meetings? I know
Not many.
them white suburban parents go to school board meetings.
Yeah.
Do these black inner city people go to school board meetings? No.
Like you said, they're trying to work up twice as hard to get ahead as their counterparts. Our counterparts get to have a little bit of leisure while we got to work twice as hard. Not to say we can't balance it out. Parents can't balance it out. But absolutely, you need to get involved because your children's well-being and their future depends on it. No one going back to local government, no one really goes to town hall meetings and goes to listen to what the local government and what's happening. No one in the PTA meetings. No, because everything is becoming so virtual these days. The kids are using the AI
engage with their kids. Yeah, people don't engage with their kids and things like that. Like I remember stuff like that. Open school night, parent teacher conference, PTA meetings and stuff like that. Like my family, my mother and my sister, they were on those boards and stuff like that. They would come out do fundraisers and things like that. They may not have been like in office, like the treasurer or nothing like that, but they would participate. I remember parents back in the day would participate in these things. These kids now is like go to school online, go ahead real quick and let's go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they raising themselves.
Pretty much, and that's what I'm saying. And not to be funny, these kids now is like it's sad to the point where not to be funny, Chicago kids, they got more blickies on them now than the police.
But wait a minute. Bridget was telling me that the po be giving them guns out there and leaving them guns out there on the street.
I bet you they do. Just not to be funny or nothing. Let's be for real. Like again, it's just like the crack epidemic in the 80s. How did the crack get, and cocaine and all that? That stuff was like maybe opium and all that in Asia and all that. How did that stuff get over here?
Yeah. I heard from the Korean War they had brought it over here.
That part, that whole Frank Lucas, American Gangster, that stuff was real. That stuff was for real. That's how it was coming over here through, allegedly, but like on some real, so like that's how it was really getting over here. Like again, people, urban inner city person making less than $20,000 a year, can they really afford to fly overseas and go get some drugs from somewhere? No. So how is it getting in the area? You know what I'm saying? So. And again, I feel it's on us as a community to build ourselves up and help each other. Trump he's not looking to not for us. Not for us. He's not looking like that. And I don't know who's thinking he is. So that's why I feel like it's like at least the OGs, the gang leaders and stuff, at least get these young YNs, get these young people, reel them in. Let them know, first of all, gangs wasn't even supposed to be about violence and all that. It was supposed to be about family originally.
Right, and protecting your community.
Right. So and now it's turning to you cross the street, go down a block and pass 2 miles, or you go past a certain sign. Now you wearing the wrong color, you in the wrong area. Like that's crazy.
Wait a minute, man. It's worse than that. These niggas is catching heat strokes from wearing shiesties in 90-degree weather. Have you seen these fools out here wearing them damn shiesties? Yeah, I said, the fuck you got on a shiesty for in this 90 degrees outside?
I gotta send you this video. I gotta find it a little bit later. I'm gonna send it to you. This dude literally, and he stood up for the community. This was in the Bronx, New York, and he filmed it. He was just in the park, I guess, playing ball or whatever, maybe passing through, I'm not too sure. It was young kids in the park. They had their basketball or whatever. This teenager was literally in the park with a whole hoodie on, a Pooh Shiesty mask, sweating bullets. Now, mind you, the hoodie was black, so you saw the sweat through the hoodie. He said, "What are you doing in here dressed like you looking for the ops or whatever around these kids like that? So something could happen in here and one of them could get hit." He cussed that boy out, so but not cuss him out, but he was just like, "Get out of here! You looking like a clown, you looking like a bozo out here. You put these kids in danger out here looking for the ops in a park with kids." It's crazy, but we don't have enough of that in the community. We really don't, or we need to go back to it. Because again, not to be funny or nothing, Trump is who Trump is. He grew up the way he grew up. Again, like I've been saying that he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He about his money. You're not bringing him no money. You ain't helping drawing no revenue to his city or whatever he got going on. You're not an asset to him.
You're a liability.
Liability. You gotta
And
go.
you know what it comes down to? What I think it is it all boils down to exterminating the black race. And I'm sorry for all of those who may not subscribe to this type of ideology, but it has been from the beginning of time, because they know the true essence of us, and they will do it by breaking up our homes,
Absolutely.
breaking the sanctity of our marriages, breaking up the black family, breaking up the masculinity of the black man.
Absolutely. All these, again, the little Nas X's that come out, you know, promote more wearing dresses, Hollywood, promote, you gotta to heighten your career in advance, put on a dress, this and the third. It's different ideologies that are around different areas, different spaces. You just gotta really pay attention and see what's going on. Like with the kids, we cutting all the after school programs. So what you want the kids to do? Idle mind is the devil's workshop. What do you think these kids are gonna do if they roaming around the streets all day? They're gonna start getting into trouble. They're gonna start fighting each other.
Exactly.
And again, crime in lower income, like inner city and urban areas, really gets heightened by proximity. They're not going outside their neighborhoods and things like that. They can't afford to. So what they doing? They seeing the next person working. They got it. I don't have it. I'm hungry. Now I'm gonna take yours.
Crabs in the barrel.
That's how it starts. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, then you become a career criminal. Then you're used to it. Then you're like, oh, I could do 3 years. I come out a year. I go back in. Oh, that ain't nothing. And then you keep doing that till you in there for life.
Yeah. And then you get conditioned, and then you get institutionalized.
Absolutely. And now your kids don't have no parent. Then they end up doing the same thing. My pops wasn't there for me, my moms wasn't there for me, So they end up raising themselves, and it's a generational curse. It's a cycle. So that's all I'm just saying. Trump is gonna be who Trump is. Like, ain't nobody changing that. Again, like I said, that's an old white man stuck in his ways. We know wherever he come from. You know how he look at us. Like, ain't no coming around that. First of all, if you're poor, he don't even like you. I don't even care if you white, black, green, yellow. You ain't got no money. He not even looking at you twice. Let alone be poor and an immigrant or a person of color or black or Mexican or Hispanic and things like that. So let's not even expect more out of that. You get blood out of a turnip or whatever they say. But what we need to start doing is policing our own communities and our own neighborhoods. Like now, you see how he's cutting he coming in, he cutting everything, he cutting all these social services, and he's thinking he's really hitting, maybe people of color. A lot of his people are on those social programs.
Exactly.
So they don't really tell you that. A lot of people that look like him are on those programs.
That's the truth. And this is why he's going to lose a lot of votes next election. He may not even get reelected.
Yeah, when he cut, even I saw Marsha's comment about Job Corps. I was so hurt when he did that. Some Job Corps in certain states, the kids, they have like dormitories that the kids stay in. A lot of those kids now they're homeless now essentially. They put, they go to Job Corps to learn, job skills and things like that. They're trying to better themselves. They're not in, matriculated high school. So they're trying to get their GEDs and things like that. And they're trying to learn job skills. Now, essentially, a lot of them are homeless. So what are they going to resort to? They got to eat. They're going to be hungry. When somebody's poor, hungry, and desperate, they're going to start doing desperate moves.
Yeah. Crime.
Yeah. So, and again, the different towns, different areas, different states, all the state and all that, they get that money for those inmates in there. Don't let them fool you. That's why they keep building up them prisons and keeping them going in this and the third. They're not building schools and communities. No, they building in community centers and all that. No, they building more prisons to house these people because the state gets money off of them, and that's cheap labor. So, I just feel like it's on us. We, as a community, we have to kind of do better. I'm not trying to downplay my people. I'm always for my people, always trying to uplift, but we have to see the coin on both sides. We have to see, what are we doing? We have to do better, especially for our young kids and things like that. They dying by 18. It's like I'm just happy I made it to my 21st birthday. What the hell is that? I never grew up with that mentality. I was like, I can't wait to grow up, get married, and get a job, and get this and get a car and that. I ain't never like. I just want to make it to 18. Like that's crazy to me. For a child to have a mindset like that, it's really sad. But
it really is.
Yeah, but that was all. I just wanted to chime in on that. I didn't want to be too.
I appreciate that, but I get what you're saying. It's essentially what you're saying is, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. If you want to make a change, what Michael said, it's gonna feel real good.
I look in the mirror. It starts with us.
I'm gonna make it right. As I turn up the color on my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street.
I cannot with you.
To eat. Oh, I might do it blind, pretending not to see their need. A summer day's regard. Don't get me started. And a broken bottle top. And I want to do. Go ahead, man. What you want to say? Go ahead, man. What you were saying?
Oh no, I'm good. You really had me going with Michael Jackson, child. I was starting to bust out crying, child. I love that man in the mirror. But that was it. That was all. I just, just for our people to please do better. Just please to do better. Oh, should be quiet, Fly Boy. Somebody's door's barking because you're singing.
Fly Boy. Fly Boy. Don't.
But yeah, I just feel, again, so I'm really not until we wake up as a community and really understand, like, the system. First of all, the system is not built for us anyway. They already had a 400-year head start. So we have a lot of catching up to do. We have to
your feet, Fly Boys. Because I know they kicking.
But yeah, child, but I don't know. But that, like I said, there is no perfect solution. But I just really think it takes a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
On our parts. Like even people like, I mean, shit. I don't know if we want him at the after school program, but allegedly. But people like Tyler Perry, like Oprah and stuff. Why do they go? And again, this is no slight of shade to my global counterparts. But why they gotta go to Africa to build schools and all that? It's areas right here that need schools. We still waiting on Dr. Umar, and but that's neither here nor there. But that Harry Potter school, we still waiting on his imaginary school to come into fruition. But it's just like, I don't understand why they go overseas to build schools and housing and this, that, and the third, when there are people in need in your own country. I just gotta, if somebody can help me out with that. Is that like a good tax write-off to go, is it tax-free over there or something? Or do you get a bigger tax break or something? It gotta be something with money, because you gotta follow the money. But I'm just not understanding why they go overseas to do things like that when these kids are in need of it right now over here. That part I don't get, but I don't know. I don't know the perfect answer, but that's just my little piece of 1-2 with that.
And I appreciate your piece of 1-2, because your mic was on, and I appreciate that, because your point was so poignant. It starts as a collaborative effort. At the end of the day, nothing's gonna change until we come together and do it systematically in our own.
Right.
In our own
community. Absolutely.
In our own communities. That's where it starts. Because that's why I say, how could we expect our fellow our counterparts, to treat us some type of way when our own people don't treat us a specific type of way? We gotta invoke a standard how we treat others, and until we do that, they'll treat us like anything. They're gonna treat us like shit, because we treat our own people that look like us like shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, don't even give them an opportunity. Trump was waiting on that opportunity. He could trust me, all these things he has in place, all these things that he's doing. Oh, he already said, I can't wait till I get in that office because I'm doing this, and this. Now, mind you, he just skipping over January 6th. Like, that didn't even happen. He acting like, who's that? January what? Say it again. Like, who said that? Where was you at? What happened?
He dared somebody to burn that shit up.
Yeah, he don't want to hear about that, but
they don't want about them Epstein files.
That part. He dipping that too. And again, he dipping all these mass pounds that's happening at these schools.
Yeah.
Where again, the common or most likely suspect of a mass pounding of a school is a white male. It's not black people. And he's not addressing that. And that is, to me, is domestic terrorism.
Yeah, same me. I agree.
Yeah, so he's not addressing that. But again, I'm just saying for the people in Chicago, people in Detroit, people in LA, Texas, Dallas, whatever, Florida, in all these inner cities, Atlanta and all these inner cities, cool out, because he ain't playing. He will sign some shit or tell somebody to go somewhere and they're gonna go. Because this is the opportunity they've been waiting on. Trump back, we in there. The MAGA hats was flying off the shelves. Then you got people like Kanye, crazy ass from Chicago, helping this fool. Like, what are you doing for Chicago? Stuff like that. You running after them Kardashians, but you ain't even helping your. Like, what are you doing? But that's me. That's a whole nother conversation. But he a little piece of, Kanye a little piece of off anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's his mental body. We don't discriminate against the mental.
Yeah. Take your meds, everybody go to counseling. But I'm just saying in general. I'm like, you was running after them white girls in Calabasas. Your ass should have been right down to Chicago, helping your people. Just saying, you wasn't crazy then. Anyway,
it's seasonal. It's seasonal.
Yeah. My mama said if you can't use your comb, don't bring her home. But that's just me. I'm just saying, but yeah, nobody know. I just that's all I wanted to just chime in on that. I try not to get too political and to things like that because people get very sensitive about things like that. And again, sometimes it's not just a color thing; it's a financial thing. And against the inner cities and urban areas, like the average income in the household, is under 30,000, under 20,000. These people, they and these services and things like that. It's from a lot of them are on these governmental services, and that's how, and again, that's how Trump is like getting people into submission, getting people in line. And again, these things were designed, or at least the premise of them were designed to be temporary assistance, not a permanent lifestyle. You got some people coming on here bragging and all that, making themselves okay. I don't feel the push, but you got some people coming online and bragging about how. They getting $1,300 a month food stamps, $1,500 a month food stamps. Did y'all see the lady that just got cut off? She would document herself. Did I see this on Kai channel? It was I don't know if I saw it on Instagram. She would document herself going to BJ's, spending like $1,000 in BJ's, saying all this is free off the government. They cut her off. Y'all going on social media bragging and flashing about eating free and eating off the government. You better keep that shit to yourself. Stop going on this social media and going live telling people what you're putting in your kitchen. Like, stop doing that. That is crazy work. Some states, whether you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, they only give you up to 2 kids or maybe 1 kid on your case. They don't even give you past that. New York don't do that. New York let you run wild, but some states they don't pay food stamps after like the 2nd kid. So y'all be mindful. Have a plan. But a lot of people, getting shook up. A lot of people are getting their reality checks. Because these people have been on these services for 20 years and 18 years and all that, 10 years and all that. So times are changing. Every day we won't get by with no same old way. No. Sorry, I broke out in song right quick. Sorry, I love TV, y'all. Sorry, I broke out a little piece of 227 right quick. The spirit of Kai caught me right quick. Jiminy Cricket. I can't with it. Kai, get your behind back up here, chat, before I start singing a whole bunch of show tunes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to get y'all. I don't want to get people upset with my solution rhetoric. But I'm being for real. I'm being honest. We can't really give these politicians too much because they hit the go button and they be ready to go. They do not care. So I gotta just be mindful. Teach your kids. Get them kids in school. Get them some job training. Get them some computer skills. Get them into computer programming. Get them to fix cars. Something. Get them hands on. A lot of hands on HVAC systems. Things like that. Get them in HVAC training, air conditioning, heating, and ventilation systems, and all that. They can definitely work in different buildings and stuff like that. So they can always have a skill set to keep them employed. That's the name of the game with these kids. Teach them a skill set so they'll stay employed. Gainfully employed, by the way. Is this chat moving or am I bugging? Did his live stop? Carlisle's still going, right? Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. Oh, his device died. I got you. Okay. He gotta I gotta charge it up right quick. You gotta charge it up right quick. So y'all good? Can y'all hear me? Am I good? I don't see that chat moving now, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Hello? Let me see if I can see myself chatting in this chat. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, but yeah, y'all. So that was my whole little spiel on the whole Chicago thing. Oh, okay. Because I was like, hey, where y'all go? I thought the live stopped, but his device died. Okay, Kai device died, so he coming back up, y'all. He just plugging it up, charging it up. But yeah, y'all. That's my little spiel on Trump or whatever. You know, again. Like I said, I don't agree 100% with a lot of the stuff that he's doing, especially like, you know, tearing away the children, the immigrant children from their families and stuff like that. I don't agree with that type of stuff. However, Chicago, there is an issue in Chicago. Let's be real about it. We can't sit here and go, oh, Chicago is just a peaceful place and he's just declaring war on them for no reason. Chicago got a lot of issues and things like that going on. Chicago got a lot going on. So, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like I just wish they would have more programs for these kids and more outlets for them. You know, like not for nothing, there's a Boys and Girls Club in Yonkers, New York, and that was actually not started, but like Denzel Washington, he donated a lot of money to that Boys and Girls Club because he's from up there, and it's like. Okay, that's for Yonkers though, but what about, you know what I mean, other kids in other cities and things like that? I just wish more celebrities would help these kids out. You know what I mean? I wish they would just kind of like take more initiative to help the kids out and things like that, and don't so much rely on like government programs.
Lord Jesus, it was a fire.
Oh Lord, I'm like that. I'm like, child, I'm up here just a rambling child about programs and shit, but not for real. But I wish celebrities would pitch in more and help out with these kids and stuff. These kids look up to them. Beyonce out here charging $1,000 and all that, $1,200 for tickets and all that. Chris Brown out here charging $1,000 to take a picture with him. Create some daggone after school programs for these kids. I don't know.
Exactly.
And
get some good teaching going on. Get something productive going on. Something to stimulate the intellect. But that's not what's pushed in this day and age. That's not the agenda that's pushed anymore. To have productive citizens, productive members of societies who have good social skills. That's long. So who gone? So who gone?
We see it on here. What sells? Toxicity, craziness.
Yep, drama,
crazy. Yeah, nobody. You know, the peaceful days is like, oh, that's boring. That's corny. You know, we need some action. You know, what like scroll through your social media, scroll to your IG or your Facebook or
we need
TikTok.
Something scripted.
Yeah, you see something scripted or you see those fight videos and all that. Those will pop up on your timeline, extra heavy. But that one video where, you know, a child is graduating or, a birthday party, a retirement party or something, or, a parent's anniversary, a grandparent's anniversary. Those come through few and far between, but those fight videos come through. Any type of drama, arguing and all that comes through like that. So, I don't know. It's for me, it's on us to, again, like I said, Trump is of a certain age. He comes from a certain era, and he's just going to do what he going to do. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do what he's going to do. But Kai, I appreciate you for having me. You good now with your device? You need me still? Or?
Yeah, I'm good with my device now. I appreciate you so kindly, Mel, because my shit just went bloop bloop on me, and I wasn't expecting that.
No problem.
I do appreciate you. Y'all go over there and check out Mel's World 25 on YouTube. She's been on here for quite some time. She knows the ropes. She knows how to do this thing, and she will thoroughly entertain you. So go over there and check her out. Go over there and check her out.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna drop back down in the chat. You already know I'll be here to support.
All right, don't be a stranger.
All right, I won't.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate you.
We gonna get into this Charlie Kirk situation. The conservative who said some unsavory comments about black people that just rubbed a lot of black people the wrong way time and time again. And this is some of the reason why black people don't have any remorse for him in the way he succumbed. Let's get it. All right. Now, Amanda Seals, she said it best. Let's listen to her first. Let's listen to Amanda.
Empathy for someone like Charlie Kirk. First of all, Charlie Kirk don't believe in empathy. He said it's a bad. He said it's some new age made up shit.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made up new age term that does a lot of damage. But
he also said people got to be sacrificed in order to protect guns.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the second.
AT2. AT2. What you want to do? What's up? What up, Brody? Yeah. AT2. You said some slick shit about your boy, and now you over here lurking. Come listen. I ain't even gonna get it. I ain't even gonna start it with you. But this Charlie Kirk dude, I'm gonna say it again. You live by the gun, you die by the gun, unfortunately. And truly, I do think this is I ain't trying to conspiracy theorize the people. I truly think this is a distraction by the government to take us off of the Epstein files.
God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
What?
Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very, very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at...
While fighting for reparations, may have a little bit of empathy. But this white on white violence, he died. And B, life comes at you. Because I have no connectivity. I have more connectivity to someone who is a complete stranger that dies of a drug overdose than I do to someone like her, because life is hard.
And speaking of that, excuse me, y'all, if we skipping because we had to go to a different device. Don't mean for it to skip. It's pretty quick, and quickly to the point. This man didn't have empathy for George Floyd when he was being suffocated by cops. It was justified because of his blatant racism for black people. And this is why I say you live by the gun, you die by the gun. This is some of the things that he believed in. He said we need gun deaths so we can have to.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop? Because we have armed guards outside of baseball games. That's
Sir, I don't think anybody here would deny that when you send your chickens out in the morning from your barnyard, those chickens will return that evening to your, not your neighbor's barnyard. I think this is a prime example of the...
Did that stop you from getting slain and getting assassinated? Guards? Man. Man. Let's listen to a few other statements he had to say. And then we're going to exit the show out, close the show out.
I saw a clip somewhere that you were trying to get the officer who murdered George Floyd pardoned, and I just want to know what your reasoning was about that.
Well, George Floyd didn't die because largely because of a drug overdose.
But he had his knee on his neck.
Police technique that police departments taught Derek Chauvin to use. Do you know that George Floyd was saying I couldn't breathe well before that restraining technique? And
so why use the technique if he already couldn't breathe?
Exactly. Which he put his foot in his mouth, but which came in the toxicology report that he was not facing an OD. His death was induced by suffocation.
He was actually resisting arrest, and they had to restrain him, and they restrained him in a way that they were taught to do, which is the knee on the neck technique.
Okay, so when is
He's
the
one truth in there that in Minneapolis they did teach the neck, the knee on neck, different variations of neck, to apprehend you by the neck.
technique end? Like when they die? Like he said, he could.
No, I mean the technique ends when the individual stops resisting arrest. His cause of death was not asphyxiation. He had
that
was
a part of it. Like he also had
asphyxiation. It was
a heart like thing, and like he was on drugs, but
it was. They said he also promoted COVID-19 misinformation, denied climate science. He has been accused of promoting culture war theatrics over policy, using dark money and donor networks to influence elections, amplifying Christian nationalism, anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, just propaganda dressed as truth. This is what happens when white supremacy gets a mic and donor list. Yep, that's what it is, white supremacy. Want to be white supremacy because there's nothing supreme about these individuals that have to suppress and try to lie or actively play a role in exterminating a group of people. If that makes sense. It just, and this is why I just don't get why someone would ever support him. Any black people would support this fool. I heard Sam here today about rest in peace to him and this, that, the third, sending condolences to his family. This is our problem. We're so quick to embrace our oppressors or people who are bigots towards our community. That's our problem. No, come on, y'all. Let's be nice in the chat. This is the last one we're gonna end it with. But listen what he said about people like you, Sammy.
Jackson were affirmative action called the.
You think all black women are only hired because of DEI and because of what you call it, nepotism and shit?
Racist.
That's what people think DEI was all about. No, DEI was about getting proper and fair people in positions of power, mainly people of color, in positions of power, because it was a disproportionate group of wealth, and it still is a disproportionate a wealth gap between white America and black America and brown America, and different in all variations. Because of what? Because of the head start of wealth. Because of free labor and all that good stuff. Let's not go into that. Oh, okay. Okay, I need to make sure y'all good down there. I love you.
But
Good,
now
man.
they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. We know.
Thank you. I respect that.
You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
That's right.
I hear because of action affirmative. You can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course. That's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid. Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think, as they kind of now reveal, that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policies. Turn me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our pop.
Should we really be giving him any empathy or love? I know morally it's the right thing to do, but he doesn't get any. I cry no tattoo tears for him in my T voice. I cry none, because you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live by your mouth, you die by your mouth. Yeah, yes, Mel, yes.
No one cared when it was, just kind of paper shufflers or even engineers. But now when it's like, wait, hold on a second.
And I love this post. They said, whether you believe he was racist or not, he did have a weird obsession with black people. In a lot of people's opinion, they said, I've noticed his constant hate-filled rants against Muslims and Palestinians and his unrelenting support of Israel's genocide taking place in Gaza. The young black and wealthy said, I wouldn't call those claims Christian values, but who am I? But condolences to his family. I understand he was a husband and a father. Side note, if posting Charlie's own words offend you, you need some help unfollowing. Okay, well, yeah. Y'all get the point.
You're gonna remove my
I'm into that too. Usually you use a person's words against them.
Dicks, and you're a black lesbian. LeBron James is a self-interested, narcissistic,
And we know he's not very smart. He does these press conferences where he thinks he's making sense spiritually and freedom of speech. But he's a product of his time. What would you expect from LeBron James? If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. When you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily wholesome. It creates resentment, doesn't it, Heather? Instead of dealing with the substance and
Y'all get the point? Y'all get the point? Another dumb dodo bird head. Yeah. And this is how beloved he was. Mind you, far right. This dude is far right. College dropout. And there's nothing wrong with being, listen, we make it how you make it, but we all know being a black and brown individual in this country, you have to work twice as hard to achieve what our counterparts have. But it says Matthew Dowd has been fired from MSNBC for saying that Charlie Kirk is one of the most divisive younger figures who is constantly pushing hate speech aimed at certain groups. Dowd added, hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. Someone says when they say free speech, they only mean for themselves. I say we have freedom of speech, but are you willing to pay the consequence behind it?
Following up with he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts, to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. But following up with what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. But following up
explain to me how somebody
Floyd.
But this is who they want to justify for. This is who they want to cap for. This special ed reject. And I really just, hey, let him rest where he's fit for him to rest. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. How dare he talk about George Floyd in the manner that he did? Now look at it. But we all have our day. We all have our expiration date. Just better pray that you're fortunate enough that it doesn't happen the way that it happened for him. But we had a full show tonight. I appreciate all the people who came and supported me in the ways that they did. I love each and every one of you guys. This was a cool mid-tempo live. We cultivated a little clarity on the Trump with the sending the guards to Chiraq. You know, the body found in the vehicles, the body and the blood. Not funny, but yeah. Charlie Kirk and his whole demise. Tyler Perry being exposed. And more details to arise and to come. Tyler Perry, listen, dude. Business and pleasure, leave it alone. Leave that shit alone. Just leave that shit alone. What else did we cover today? We covered the whole 9/11 situation. It's no longer 9/11, it's 9/12. The day just be going by so quick. But we had a little time. We had a time. And it's time to go night-night. So I appreciate y'all. Peace and chicken grease. Y'all remember, take care of yourselves. And you know, it was a saying that Martin Luther King said. He said something along those, they can't ride your back if your back ain't bent. Mother lover, that's a word. That's a word. That is a word. So when I tell you, don't let your back be bent. Always stand tall and keep your chin up. Because motherfuckers, they can smell it. They can smell the fear. But not over here. The HNIC is out. Peace. Absolutely, man.